Hello everyone, it's Sylvia back again with your Monday motivational message. And yes, last week we were talking about being aware of being in the right place at the right time, listening to hunches, and then actually taking that right action. Sometimes really having to capitalize on a hunch that's come in and really go for it. Now, this week I want to talk about keeping a balance with our vision and life purpose. Because sometimes things do come across our way that mean that maybe we need to just stand still for a moment as part of that whole creative process that we're working with. And I want to share with you a couple of things today. One, I'm about a workshop or a study program I was doing with some people today, where we journey up a what I call a spiritual pyramid, and we work on different words and look at them in depth and what they really mean on not just an intellectual level, but on that higher self level. And it links in very much with our whole life purpose and why we're here, what we want to achieve. And we were looking at understanding, and particularly from the point of understanding from that place of who we really are, which is a divine spiritual being. And sometimes we think we understand something. We might think we understand the reason why we need to act on a certain thing for our vision. We might think we really do understand what a certain situation or even something we're studying to help toward achieving our vision is about. But maybe we're just looking at it from that whole intellectual perspective. Whereas if we dig deeper than that and put that whole spiritual understanding on it, then we're going to get a better feeling about where we are, why we're doing, and whether we should actually be doing at this moment. And then we were looking at another word called turmoil. And we do get turmoil in our lives, don't we? And sometimes when we look at how some people have achieved in life, in all areas, how they've been very successful with their spiritual life, they've been very successful in a business life, and they always seem to have that perfect health, and nothing we think seems to go wrong in their life. But everybody experiences turmoil, and the more I look at people and mentor with people who are successful, I realize that their life has had moments of turmoil, but they all seem to have dealt with the turmoil through this deep spiritual understanding, which has helped them then create something really quite unique and beautiful out of that turmoil. Very often ideas and amazing books that are written that help us all come from a point of turmoil in somebody's life where they've had to make really profound life decisions about something, or change has happened, turmoil, their whole life is turned upside down. Maybe suddenly they're made redundant, or there is something in terms of ill health that happens in the family. I was reading something when I was researching today, and this is a lady that had breast cancer. And she was saying that in her greatest moment of turmoil and upset and all the emotions that she was going through, she found her greatest connection to her spiritual self, who she really is. And then I was reading another article which links in with another facet of my life, my wonderful organic herbs that I work with, and my Sunshine Solutions website. And every so often I get a newsletter through. And this newsletter was about making lemons out of, or even lemonade out of lemons. Interesting I said that, because sometimes people don't even see lemonade, they still see it as lemons, don't they? But sometimes life does give us lemons. And lemons, unless you've got an interesting taste, are quite bitter, aren't they? They're sharp, acidic. But we can turn those into lemonade by finding that secret ingredient, which of course lemons with sugar actually bring in the sweetness, and then we can make the lemonade. And depending on how we look at that lemon, or how we look at the turmoil, if we go within to that deeper understanding, then we'll get the answers. And sometimes that means when we're working on our life purpose, that actually we've actually got to stop. Maybe take a day out. Do nothing. Do absolutely nothing. And just be. Because then, that is when the universe can continue its work for us and maybe bring in the most amazing idea for the next step that we need to take. Let's not get hung up with guilt about just being, because sometimes that is the most important thing we need to be. And we certainly need to go into that place of being each day, where we focus with emotion on what our vision is, or what we truly desire. Because the more we bring emotion into what we desire, then the more the universe is going to get the message. So there's a mixture of things here today, but I think I want us to know that we can make lemonade from lemons in our life, that we can get through turmoil when we come at it from that deeper perspective of spiritual understanding. How often as children we've fallen down, we've grazed our knees and we're crying our eyes out, and our parents, mum or dad, will say, oh, come on, let's have a look at it. Mum might say, kiss it better, come on, let's go and do so and so. And so when we get like our grazed knees in life, we need to stand up, just reflect for a moment, just like kissing it better, and then we can move forward. And most of all in amongst this, we need to have fun. Because if we can laugh at things, how often have you seen a situation, or maybe sometimes somebody falls over, and the way in the street or somewhere, and the way they fall over, suddenly we find it quite amusing. Very often that's covering up fear. But maybe if we can find some kind of humour when we have these turmoils, or something good in it, that then links us to that part of us, our spiritual understanding, that will get us through that. And then we have the rainbow. And also remember that it is so important sometimes as part of activity to make that activity actually being, because then we can get the thoughts in, the ideas in, to help us deal with the lemons, turn them into lemonade, and to move through the turmoil and find the blessing, and then move on and on towards achieving our vision. Think about that for this coming week. Have a great week, and may you be really abundant, may you be blessed, and may you see your life purpose coming together. Blessings to you.